behind. See, we're here to maximize the impact that we have. We're here to take things to the next level. There are people around us that need us. There are people counting on us. Do it for them and do it for you. My friend, listen, I am so excited to be here. My name is Steve Max, AKA Max the Mentor, and I'm coming to you guys live and direct from Miami, Florida. Make sure you guys follow me at Max the Mentor on IG and on YouTube. I got some top quality trainings for you guys on there. And guys, on today's call, we've got a person that's absolutely impacting people all around the world right now. At a high level. I want you to understand, when you start thinking about having thousands of people on your team, imagine having hundreds of thousands of people on your team. Guys, make sure your people are on. We're about to max out, okay? If there's anybody getting on, make sure you guys do not fall off. We are going to max out here at 100. And so here's what I want you to think about today is, where do you really want to go? It's not about the money. It's about the impact. The money is just how you get the impact. You see, when you go Platinum 5,000, when you go Chairman 10, your life is going to be impacted while you're impacting others. But when you start doing things like Chairman 25, Chairman 50, now you've got some wiggle room to do some big things. The person that's going to speak on this call, when there was a global catastrophe and, there was a hurricane that hit, this person was able to, put together major funds. Tens of thousands of dollars, right? I don't know what the final number was, but I know at the first offset, it was like $20,000, $30,000, and was able to raise it and send containers. I think it was to Haiti, right? That's the power of getting to where it is that you can go in this business. That's the power of being a millionaire. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever envisioned yourself as a millionaire? Like truly, right? I'm not saying you've wanted millionaire things, right? I'm talking about, have you ever thought of yourself as looking at your bank account and it's saying, 7 figures on there? Has that ever happened before? Like, where you truly, truly believe that that was going to be you and you were going to accomplish that, right? And for some of us here, especially if you're not living in a city where there's a lot of people making big things. One of the hardest things, guys, as I started to travel is going to smaller cities and helping people see big things, helping people see big vision. And one of the challenges, okay, and I'm not going to go political, but I really want you to understand this concept, is that when you think of rich people, you always think of those people. Was anybody ever here brought up like that? Oh, because rich people do that, or rich people are lucky. And you always talk about them like it's those people over there, right? Not you, not your family, not the people you know. No, it's those people. And the challenge is, when you meet a person like Jason Brown, when you meet a person like Matt Rosa, when you meet a person like our CEO, Chris Terry, what you begin to understand is they're just normal people that did extraordinary things. Write that down. Successful people are just ordinary people that did extraordinary things. Do not let anybody sell you out on rich people or these special people that abuse the system and they cheat and they lie and they steal. No. Successful people are people that did extraordinary things, and the value that they brought the world paid them dividends. You see, Steve Jobs completely changed the world. This is why I was up at 8 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning yesterday, just to put in an order for my new iPhone. Why? Because they're putting a camera in there that is at the level of a professional videographer, people that create movies, right? The camera in the iPhone 12 Pro Max is going to be good enough that it has a professional video camera in it. And so it's changing the world. And that's why Apple has become one of the first $1 trillion companies. One of these big, Amazon changed the world. You could buy things online and it's here in 2 days, changed the world, right? And so these aren't these special people that did bad things. These are people that did extraordinary things and got extraordinary results. And you can too. The same God that created them is the same God that created you. The same wiring that they have is the same wiring that you have. The same brain is the same brain. The same voice is the same voice. And here, we've got the same opportunity that Jason Brown has. So what we need to do is get the information that Jason Brown has and then apply that information so that we could have the same results, right? Now, give me a second here, guys, because interestingly enough, my computer bugged out right before. I think, if you guys believe in heaven and hell, there's a devil. My computer was bugging out before this call. I had to launch it on my phone. And then now Jason Brown's having issues. But how many of us know the devil is a liar and ain't nobody going to stop the fire that's about to come right now? Drop some fire in the chat boxes if you know that to be a fact. We're just waiting for Jason. I've got people in the waiting room, guys. I apologize. I got people in the waiting room, but I can't let them in because we got to make sure Jason's in. Okay, Jason says he's in. All right. Jason, where are you? If you could just raise your hand, Jason. Let's see. Where are you at? Okay, there we go. Cool. Got it. All right, boom. Guys, I'm going to let these people in. Guys, all right. Let's drop some 100s in the chat because we have maxed out this call on a Saturday morning. Guys, when I was growing up, we had Saturday morning cartoons, but now that I grew up, we've got Saturday morning training. And that's what we're about to do. We're about to blast this thing through the atmosphere. So, guys, no further ado. I don't want to hold us back any longer. Listen, I already told you guys what it is. This person that's about to speak has impacted hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people, right? Guys, this person had vision. Remember this, write this down. It's all about vision. As a P150, it's all about vision. As a P600, it's all about vision. This person had vision. When the company wasn't anything like it is today, he saw the vision. Him and his partner saw the vision. When the company had less than 1,000 people, 1,200 people in it, something like that, this person saw the vision. If you have a strong enough vision and you can sell that vision, you can recruit people. I'm going to write this down. Write this down. If you have a strong enough vision and you can share that vision, sell that vision, express that vision, you can get people started. Jason Brown had vision and he has vision. And that's how he's been able to help carry a company that had about 1,000 students now going to 1 million students. When there was a hurricane and people were killed and there was destruction, this person put together resources to send containers to a foreign country. That's the power of impacting and financial freedom. This is a person who's a big leader in his church and loved by his pastor. He's also the fiance of the great Katie Vargas. I want you to understand, you're at the right place at the right time. I don't care if you only have one person on your team. I don't care if you're alone today. You could be a chairman. And I want you to listen to this person. And sometimes it's what's said in between the lines. So pay attention and take notes. Listen, here you're going to have a servant leader, a humble leader. He does not have to be here on a call of 100 people when he has 100,000 in his team. I'm so happy and grateful that Jason Brown is here. Guys, drop some 777s for the great, world-renowned, top leader, yet just an ordinary man who did extraordinary things, here to give you the sauce. Chairman 750, Jason Brown. Welcome, bro. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you so, so much.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me, Steve?
You're good, man.
All right, guys. I'm super excited. I told Steve I got a ton of stuff to do today. I have a meeting, actually two different events that I got to go speak at. So I'm in the middle of getting ready. And yeah, I wanted to make this call a priority. Steve reached out to me. He was like, "Look, bro, let's do a training for the squad." I'm like, I thought you never asked. Just kidding. But you know, I could tell you guys that the first thing that comes to my mind when I jump on this call is gratitude. I remember going to a baseball game with Steve. I think I was at a baseball game and I talked to Steve on the phone. My brain is slipping, but I remember having a conversation with Steve when he was like P1000. I actually think I might have been at the game talking to him on the phone. I just remember I was in Miami, the Marlins Stadium. And I had this conversation with Steve as a leader, where he was at with his life, what his goals were, what was his vision, where he was at with Denise, his beautiful, amazing wife, and really what he wanted from this opportunity. And I saw Steve speak for the first time at Don Shula's. We had an event like 3 years ago. And, Mike Sotero, I personally roll Mikey, me and Matt personally roll Mikey. And so, Mikey's like, hey, bro, run through this event at Don Shula's tonight. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there. And I showed up and I saw this guy speaking. And I was like, okay. And then he really started speaking. I was like, oh, okay. I need to know who this guy is. And it was Steve. And, just through the course of the last few years, Steve, I watched you grow into such a coachable, faith-driven leader, because you've always lived your life on faith. But guys, understand that leading, there's a difference between having faith and leading by faith on faith. And it has nothing to do with religion, but it has a lot to do with trust. Trusting the process, trusting the down times, trusting the up times, right? Trusting where you are. And it brings us all back to gratitude, because if you're not grateful for where you are, then you'll never be able to be grateful for where you go, because you have it's just not good enough mentality. And it's hard for people to realize that, I guess, sometimes, because we say, well, no, I don't have money. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm scared. I'm depressed. But money should never be that deciding factor. Money should never really control your emotions. Gratitude is going to help this. Gratitude should control your emotions. Because if you have Wi-Fi and you have a cell phone and you're on this call, you're blessed. You might not be at the rank you want to be. Shit. Excuse my language. Sheesh. You might not even have a person you signed up. You might not even have one sign up right now. But are you grateful? Grateful for the person that decided to reach out and share this with you. Grateful for Christopher Terry for fighting and coming out of retirement and creating an amazing platform. Grateful for the 165 educators who serve when they don't really need to. Are you grateful for just the opportunity of freedom, the opportunity to learn a skill at pennies on the dollar to $5-10 a day? Come on, guys. This is a blessing. This opportunity has taken people from literally not even rock bottom, beyond rock bottom, a pit in the dirt, to a place where they can walk on dry land. And it takes a lot of faith. And I think, Steve, that's a big reason why you are successful. You're closing in on chairman rapidly. You've created amazing leaders. I see, even over the past 3-4 months, the way that you've continued to transform. And you guys have an amazing leader at the head of this thing with Mike Sotero, another amazing leader right at the right hand in Steve. You got amazing leaders. And not because she's my fiance, but I see the way that Katie and Elaine work. And I get to see it a lot closer than a lot of people. And I see the way that they serve. I see the way that they're in the trenches with all their teams. And if you're in their organization, you're blessed. I have a great, great, great friendship and relationship with Tommy. And I see the way that Tommy leads and how coachable and humble that Tommy is, and how hungry. I mean, Tommy's not even hungry. He's starving for success. And it's crazy because I had a conversation with Tommy when he was a P150. And he was like, bro, I want to be a chairman. And I told him, I said, but do you believe that? Are you just saying it? Or do you believe it? And, you know, he's on tour right now. I think he might be wrapping up the tour if it's not over, maybe a few days left. But really proud of Tommy and, you know, the E brothers, Eric and E. I had a great call with Eric not too long ago, 2 weeks ago. And these guys are really starting to pick it up. Greg, I mean, there's so many leaders that I can name that I've just watched everybody over the past 12 months really step up and continue to show up with gratitude. Guys, you got to have faith when you build this business, because number one, trading is not, listen, IM has made trading about as simple, easy, and relatable as possible, but it ain't easy. Don't get it twisted. Trading is not just easy. Trading is a challenge. Trading is a skill. It's a skill. Guys, if anybody could be a plumber, it wouldn't be a profession. Anybody can be a plumber, but anybody can't just be a plumber tomorrow. You got to go learn the skill. Imagine being an electrician. And you know, man, there's millions of electricians and they don't die every single day but it's a dangerous profession. But they learn the skill first. They get trained first, and then they go out into the field and they go to battle, but as a professional. And that's the type of mindset I want you guys to have when it comes to trading. I say I'm not going to talk too much about trading on this call, because if you're dedicated, you'll show up on Wednesday and you'll watch me trade Bitcoin. If you're dedicated, you'll show up to Matty Pipp sessions or DL Wood sessions or Millie Mills sessions, and you'll learn how to trade options. Or if you're dedicated, you'll show up in the morning and trade with Patrick Kenny, Abel, Tyrone. So you don't really need me to get on this call and talk about trading. But what I will tell you is that if you treat trading like a hobby, you can expect to get a hobby-like result. You know, my dad's a hobbyist, and I love him to death, but my dad collected albums. Like, my dad's old, right? So you know those big black albums with the little hole in the middle, and then you get a little needle. It seems like it's dinosaur ages ago, because we only know Spotify. We don't collect CDs even, or tapes, but records. And my dad collects records, so he has thousands of records. And he has tens of thousands of baseball cards and football cards. We have at my parents' house, we legitimately have an entire room dedicated to these hobbies. And I'll tell you, my dad probably missed opportunities to sell some of those albums at their peak. He probably missed opportunities to sell some of those CDs or some of those baseball cards, football cards at their peak, right? When they were worth the most. But I realized that when you treat something like a hobby, you tend to forget about it after a little while. When you treat something like a hobby, it's kind of like having a part-time girlfriend or a side piece girlfriend, you know, a side piece boyfriend. Like, hey, you know, I'm married here, but I'm gonna, you know, when I feel like it, we're gonna hang out over here. And I'm telling you guys this because I think today, if you're serious, you got to get on one knee and you got to marry the game. Because there's a difference between Pastor Steve's doing weddings today. He's doing marriages today. If you guys are gonna marry the game, he's ready. He's gonna be serving up the the pastoral ceremony. No, but we gotta, guys, for real. All joking aside, you gotta marry the game. You have to make a decision, because guess what? My dad is doing it as a hobby, but if somebody was doing it as a profession, they'd be able to capitalize on the opportunities. So if you're doing trading as a hobby, then you're really not going to capitalize on opportunities. You're just going to be there, right? You're just going to be around. You're just going to jump in the group chat and like a comment every time somebody shows a profit. You're just going to encourage other people when they're making money trading, treating it as a professional. But where's your result? You didn't marry the game yet. And some people on this call are scared to tell people what they're doing. You're not married yet. I had to marry the game. Back in 2013, I left nightlife. I left 8 to 10 grand a month. I put my back against the wall mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. But my ships were burned. It was all I did for months, for years. It was all I did for months. And then it was all I did for years. And I just got better every single day. I just prospected new people every single day. I just talked to more people. I made new friends every single day. See, I think a lot of people think, oh my God, here comes a new person. Here comes a new person, okay? New person comes, and maybe they want to trade. All right. Let me small talk them a little bit. But I'm like, all you're thinking about is the kill. All you're thinking about is the hunt. All you're thinking about is the execution. And I get it. You're excited. You believe. You want to share the opportunity. But let me tell you guys something. The relationship in this business will come first. Every single time. Whether they're actually in your business yet, they're not in your business yet, they're a prospect, they're a friend. I had one of the biggest names in network marketing at my apartment last night from about 11 p.m. to almost 4 a.m. Guys, we didn't talk a lick of, hey, why don't you come work with me? Hey, why don't you come work with me? Just built a friendship. Just talked for 4 or 5 hours about crypto, about trading, about life, about our stories, about real estate. We built a friendship. And when he left, he goes, I got to tell you, you're a good dude. He's like, I really hope that we can continue to develop this friendship, because he's like, I need more good people in my life like you. And I went back and I thought, I'm like, you know what? Man, that's more powerful than me trying to get him to join my business, even though I know he can kill it here. Because it might not be right now. But what about in 6 months? What about in a year? What about in 2 years? If something changes in his life, who are you going to call when you're ready for a change? Who are you going to call when you're hungry for opportunity? You're going to call the people or the person who you trust and who you respect. Yes or no? Guys, your parents gave birth to you. Congratulations. But it doesn't mean that you're entitled to love them or they're entitled to love you. You have to build a relationship. And obviously, when you're 1 or 2 years old, they love you for your pooping, your farting, your drooling, your cuteness, your hair, your teeth, right? They love you by default. But then as you become a little like young adult, right, you start talking back. You start the rebellion phase. Right? All this stuff starts to happen. Sometimes people drift away from their parents because there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of relationship. I think of my mom, and my mom always gave me a reason to trust, right? Because the way that she raised us was not out of fear. It was always out of faith. And, trust me, my mom would very rarely get mad, but I made sure that I followed the rules, and I made sure now, let me tell you something. I bent the rules. I'll be honest with them. We're going to be real on this call. We're going to be real. I bent the rules, but I bend them with a smile, I got blue eyes, so it works to my advantage a little bit. In like an innocent, mischievous way, I bend the rules. But I know that my boundary is like, damn, if you piss off mom, she's going to go crazy. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I remember like so many things in my life that happened. My first kiss. Sorry, Katie. It wasn't you. My first kiss. All these different events that happened in my life. And I actually was able to tell my mom, like, hey, here's what's good. My first heartbreak, the first time I got made fun of, right? All those things. I was able to go to her as a confidant because there was trust and a relationship, not just by default. So you guys got to think that in this business, you are the parent and you're the kid, right? Some of you guys are older than your mentor. That's okay. To your mentor, you're the kid. But as the mentor, you're the parent. And you got to treat the kid sometimes with tough love. But not just tough. There's a difference between tough, and then there's a difference between tough love and tough. And I've learned that, I mean, Steve can tell you, Katie can tell you, Elaine can tell you, Schwab can tell you, Amberly can tell you, Tommy can tell you, almost every leader on this call can tell you that sometimes I show tough love. Because it's tough, but there's always love involved. There's always, hey, this is where you're at, but to be honest, this is where you need to be. And that's you as a mentor. But that's also you as a fisherman or a fishing woman out there putting out bait, setting it up and waiting for the right people to come into your business, building those relationships, talking to your prospects. Because trust needs to be built. Sometimes you can't be aggressive with people, but you got to be assertive. Right? You got to be a little bit forward, because I think sometimes people are scared to take that jump. Right? People are scared to make a commitment. People are scared of change. One of human beings' biggest fears, I'll tell you guys, I want to give you some homework. Okay? This will be very productive. I want to give you some homework. The two biggest fears, I believe, two of the biggest, I can't say the two biggest because there could be more. Two of the biggest fears for people are the fear of change and the fear of success. As leaders, we spend so much time talking about failure, fear of failure, failure way to success. Get 100 no's and then you'll get a yes. We talk about failure. And that's all good. But I think one of the most misunderstood concepts in leadership is actually, guys, the fear of success. See, 95% of people are not financially successful, I would say, without offending. It's not meant to offend somebody. But let me just say 95% of people are not financially free, right? 95% of people cannot afford to take 30 days off of work, right? So you're not financially free. So here's the thing. Money doesn't define success, but it plays a role, okay? Money does not define success, but it absolutely plays a role, because success is what you do with the money, right? The tithing, the giving back, the charity work, the philanthropy. Thanksgiving's coming up. Did you buy one turkey for yourself, or did you buy 10 turkeys and give 9 away? Some people buy 10 turkeys, they give 10 away, and they go to Boston Market. To me, that's success, right? I'm a budget like 10, 20 grand for turkeys this Thanksgiving. And another 10, 20 grand for maybe 25K for Christmas, maybe more. Who knows how I'm feeling. To me, that's success. But guess what? If I didn't pursue money, I couldn't do that. If I didn't go pursue financial success, I couldn't find the spiritual success. I couldn't find the emotional success. I couldn't find the physical. I couldn't find any success if I didn't go pursue the financial. But here's the problem. Obviously, you guys are involved and I am. So you're pursuing financial success, but are you married to it? Are you married to the pursuit? And I think the only thing that will hold somebody back from the pursuit of financial greatness is the fear of change and the fear of success. I truly believe that. The fear of change and the fear of success. So I want you guys to get off this call and I want you to think about those fears. Guys, you can go on YouTube and you can study the fear of change. You can study the fear of success. Guys, if you type fear of success on YouTube, you'll find some TED Talks. You'll find some great videos on there. Spend some time on it. Understand it. Because maybe that's not your fear. And that's okay. But you are absolutely going to deal with people that have those fears. And if those aren't your fears, I need you to find them. I need you to find your fears. Because I'll be honest, Steve was like, look, let's talk about building, taprooting, all that. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real with you. I know Mike Sotero got an awesome podcast. He put out a bunch of good recordings that talk about that stuff. You got the Chairman Bootcamp with Matt and I, and we talk about all that, edification, invite, social media, prospecting, in, out, upside down. You go through my YouTube channel, you're going to be able to actually sit down, pause the video, take notes, reflect. I didn't want to get on this call and talk about something that's already been put in a duplicatable format. I want to get on this call and I want to set the foundation mentally, spiritually, and emotionally so that you can go pursue that success. Guys, you got to make a decision. But I've been telling people you got to make a decision for years. But I'll be honest, you got to marry the game at this point. You got to say, I'm marrying my Chairman Run. I've been treating this like a hobby. If you feel, and I want you to be real, because I'll tell you something. Being real, you don't have to be real with me. You don't owe me anything. None of you on this call owe me anything. Trust me. You don't owe me $1. You don't owe me a thank you. You don't owe me anything. I'm just a soldier for God. But I'm going to tell you something. You owe it to yourself. So you can lie to me, and that's okay. But if you lie to yourself, sheesh. Lying to yourself, that's one of the biggest problems with our world today. Look around. Look at the politics. Look at the actors. Look at the influencers. I'm getting paid to talk about politics. They ain't lying to us. I know when I see fake. They're lying to themselves. Let me ask you, and I want you to be real in the chat box. If you don't feel comfortable, you can write it to me privately, but I want to see it. If you feel like you've been treating this up until this point like a hobby, write the word hobby in the chat box and only write it once. Truly, if you feel like you've been treating this like a hobby, and I'm not talking about the time you put in, I'm not talking about how many hours a day you're grinding. No, I'm talking about your mindset. If you feel like you treat this like a hobby, join everybody else in the chat box. Sheesh. That's crazy. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. 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 Respect. But guess what? I'm on this call because I believe truly that you didn't know that you could treat this like a profession. You had to get on this call today to realize that if you treat this like a profession, then your results are going to change. Guys, when you're a professional, you walk different. When you're a professional, you talk different. When you're a professional, people are going to see a change in you. They're going to see the difference. See, there's a difference between talking to an amateur or a hobbyist and a professional. It's a different level of passion. It's a different level of focus. It's a different level of commitment. And people are going to see that in you. And guess what? It's the same thing for trading. If you treat trading like a hobby, you're not going to get results. But if you treat it like a professional, in 30 days, everything can change. So if you're ready to make a commitment as a professional, I don't care if it's an hour or 2 hours a day, write the word professional in the chat box. Sheesh! Let's go. Let's go. I see that. I see that. I see that. Guys, you know, I got people messaging me. Don't worry, I'm not going to air you out. I'm not going to say your name. I'm not going to do that. But I do have to go because I have to go speak at an event. And I got to shower so I don't smell and scare everybody away. That's a hobby-like thing. Professionals smell good. Know that. If you're a professional, you got to smell good. Guys, somebody asked me a question. Like, I want your help because I don't know how to marry this game while I'm married to school. I'm going to school. I'm going for a profession. I'm going for my career. And I think maybe you're not the only one. That's why I want to address it, because I think maybe you asked the question, but I think other people might need to hear this. Guys, marrying your result. Listen, marry success. That's a quick answer. If I had 2 words, I would say marry success. But let me give you a little bit more than 2 words. Let me tell you, you can marry success, of course. But guys, this isn't about 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 5 minutes a day. That ain't gonna work. Anything less than 30 minutes to an hour a day, 5-6 days a week, you're just gonna have inconsistency. I'm not saying you can't make it, but guys, every single one of you can make 30 minutes to an hour a day. Last night, I was tired. We got home from an event at my church. My pastors made it to 20 years serving. They had an amazing event for them. And I needed to meet a very big leader. I picked him up at 10:45, and he left here around 4 a.m. I was tired. I would much rather have laid down on my bed and gone to sleep. I'll be honest with you. I worked from 9 a.m. yesterday to almost 4 a.m. And I'm a Chairman 750. So it's not like you could say, well, bro, you're 750, you're chilling. No. It's a commitment. It's energy. And I'm going to tell you, you guys can make time. If you really want this, you'll find it. Somebody once told me, if I was important to you, you would make time for me. And I was like, damn, you're right. My bad. That's true. If this is important to you, you'll find time. You will. Just get organized with your time. Get organized with your schedule. Get organized. That's the best advice I have for you. Get organized. Because if you are organized, then the sky's the limit. If you are organized, then you can balance. Guys, for the person that asked me that question, I'll tell you. Go to Amazon and get a good daily planner. I run corporate. I'm a big piece to the corporate infrastructure of IM. I'm a big piece to the educational structure of IM, not just going on Go Live, because that's 1 day a week, but overseeing all the educators, all of the new technology, all of the new packages, all of the new services, everything that we're developing for 2021, I'm a part of that. So I have to work in 2020 to finish the year strong for corporate. I have to work in 2021 to prepare for new product rollouts. I have to also run my business and have a relationship with my beautiful soon-to-be wife, Katie. I got to do all that. And I got to have a relationship with God. And I got to have a relationship with my family. And if I wasn't organized, I would have already probably jumped off a building because I'd be like, what can I do? But I got organized. I am so organized with my time. Every minute is organized. Every activity is organized. I don't take random phone calls. You can text me. If it's urgent, then I'll make time for the call, of course. But I got time. It's like the president. You can't just call the president and be like, yo, what's up, homie? How you doing, man? Hey, Don, how you doing, Don? You chilling today? What you eating for dinner? No, he's busy. Whether you like him or not, he's busy. Barack Obama. I don't think Barack was, his boys were calling him, yo, Barack, what's good, bro? You want to go hoop? Like, listen, bro, I got a country to run. We'll talk later. No. If you're a leader, you'll find time. That's the truth. If you're a leader, you'll find time. And if you're a leader, I know V is on this call right now. We got an event tonight. And she's listening to the call while she's doing meal preps in the kitchen. Come on, man. You can make time, multitask, right? I needed to go in the sauna today. I'll be honest with you. And then I'm going to wrap the call. I usually take about an hour where I'm in the sauna for like 15, 20 minutes, get out, chill, do it again, get out, chill. And I said, you know what? Can I take this call in the sauna and be effective? Do you guys think this was an effective call? Yes, it's multitask. But if it's important to you, you'll make time for it. That's the truth. So I love you guys. I bless you guys. I'm excited. I know we just transformed at least 100 people on this call from hobbyists to professionals. Even if you were treating it like a professional, I think you elevated the level of that professional mindset. And I'm pumped and excited for this organization, man. I know we got retreat coming up. We got retreat coming up in a couple weeks. Mikey's been asking me, Jay, can you come to retreat, bro? Can you come to retreat, bro? I mean, can I come? Yeah, I can. It's like I got a car. I got gas. Orlando's like 3 hours away. Can I come? Yes. Am I gonna come? I want to see how many P1000s, how many people are marrying the game. That's what I want. I'll make you guys a deal. If everybody on this call is married to the game, then I'll commit to the retreat right now. If everybody on this call is married to the game, then I'll commit to the retreat right now on this call. But I'm not convinced yet. I only see like 10 people writing this. Come on. Write it. Professional, married. I don't know. Write something. Let's go. I don't see enough. All right, we're picking up speed a little bit here. Somebody got a wedding ring. All right. Somebody call Mike Sotero. Yo, every single person on this call needs to text or DM, call Mikey's phone, and be like, yo, Jason's coming to retreat. We're all in. Yo, tell him. I want everybody to tell him, yo, Mikey, I'm married to the game. I'm all in. I want Mikey to be so mad that I just did this, but so excited at the same time. I want Mikey to get like 150 texts right now. I want every single person to be like, yo, Mikey, I'm all in. I'm married to the game. I'm running to retreat, and Jason Brown's is committed. Yo, I love you guys. I gotta jump. I gotta run, or else I'm gonna be late, and I'm gonna have other people that are mad at me. Let's get it.
Let's go. Guys, drop some 777s in the chat box for the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Brown. Let's go, baby. Wow, Jason, thank you so much. I'm telling you what, I needed that call today. That fed my soul. I'm just going to be selfish about it. I don't care about y'all. I got some sauce from that. What you do with it is your business. I know what I'm going to do with that thing. Guys, listen, Orlando is here. We are 2 weeks away. Now, listen, it's less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. I know some of you guys are like in other countries and stuff, but here's what I want to know. If you're committed to being a brand new Platinum 1000 or a brand new Platinum 2000, if you are already at 1, I want you to drop some 1s in the chat right now. If you are committed to fighting to become a Platinum 1000 so you could be in Orlando, or a brand new Platinum 2000 so you can be in Orlando. That's what matters. That's what Jason is saying. He will come. He's going to come. He's already committed now, but it's about who's coming with us, guys. I already know I'm going to Orlando, but it doesn't mean anything if we don't have 10 brand new Platinum 1000s that can get the chairman vision, right? Guys, we are dropping new educators that are coming. We're also dropping, we've also dropped, guys, Ness Vasquez is going to be there, right? This guy has a